Welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Kim Davis. Well, other than the World Cup final being held in Brazil this weekend, perhaps the biggest story in sports continues to be where in the world will LeBron James go? Will he go back to Miami, or will he return to his hometown area team, the Cleveland Cavaliers? Okay, so nobody knows yet, right? Reportedly on Wednesday, LeBron and his agent met with Heat owner, coach, and general manager in Las Vegas for about an hour. That's pretty much all we know. We also know, as it relates to Cleveland, that the Cavaliers did complete a three-way trade that clears up enough cap space so that they could offer LeBron James a max contract if somehow that whole thing were to work out. So, hence the speculation fuels, ensues, happens, whatever you want to say. But you know what? Here's what does it all mean? I think it means that LeBron just hasn't decided what he's going to do yet. That's what I think it means. Now, supposedly he's going to make a decision by Sunday because he's headed over to the World Cup final, and so people think he'll make a decision before that. We'll have to wait and see. But here's what's really funny. Or actually, it's not funny. It's really kind of sad. LeBron is already being blamed for how Cleveland fans will feel. I did say that right. Will feel. Okay, it hadn't happened yet. If he doesn't go to Cleveland, although neither he nor his agent have said anything publicly about Cleveland being an option for this season, but the Cleveland fans are going to be so upset with him if he doesn't come. But he hasn't. Okay, anyway, get this. I heard an ESPN analyst say today on the radio that this is really LeBron's fault, right? Because he should have tweeted something by now, and he should have made a statement, or his agent should have said something like, you know what, we haven't made a decision. That way, Cleveland fans, I guess, wouldn't be so anxious about it, and they wouldn't be all up in arms and wouldn't have a chance to be all heartbroken all over again. And so, because he hasn't done that, it's kind of his fault, and he's going to be vilified. And really? Okay, this is what it sounds like to me. It's like there's this woman, and she gets upset with this guy because he marries another woman. Now, meanwhile, this guy has never said to this woman that I'm interested in dating you or marrying you. He really hadn't said anything about a relationship. But her girlfriends have kind of gathered around, and they've created this narrative based on his silence, and speculated that really he was just getting it together so that he could marry her. And when he married someone else, he was the bad guy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so is LeBron's story. All right, so reverse the roles if you like. It could be a man and his boys doing the same thing, but I'm a woman, so that's my example. It is ridiculous. In other NBA news, Rockets forward Chandler Parsons has signed a 3-year, $46 million offer sheet with the Dallas Mavericks. What does that mean? Well, it means the Rockets have 72 hours. 72 hours. That's till about 2 o'clock on Sunday to either match that offer and retain him, or lose him and get absolutely nothing. So why can't they just make a decision? Well, it's not that easy. They reportedly have a deal on the table, an offer to Chris Bosh for a max contract. Well, Bosh is clearly waiting to see what LeBron does before he makes a decision about his future. So the Rockets need to either convince Bosh to make a decision quickly, or take the Bosh money and get a couple other free agents that they've been looking at so that they can shore up the roster before they make an offer to Chandler Parsons, because they can't do it the other way around. It has to do with the salary cap, the bird rules. There's a way it can work, but they have to do the other money before they offer the Chandler Parsons deal. Okay, it cannot happen the other way around. If you want to really understand the salary cap, go to capfaq.com and read all about it there. And finally, okay, let's go to football real quick. Andre Johnson, Houston Texans. The latest news is Andre Johnson reportedly does not want to be a Texan. Imagine that. He doesn't want to play here in 2014. He is asking to be traded. Now, there are reports that the problem with Andre Johnson is that he's upset about $1 million incentive he's not getting because he didn't work out. He didn't go to OTAs or the mandatory mini camp. Yeah, listen to me, newsflash, this is not about $1 million. Now, granted, throw that in. I mean, he wouldn't mind having it, I'm sure. This is about a third rebuild that he's a part of, the third coach, and a starting quarterback that is, well, not exactly an NFL standout. Okay? It's about that. And if you want to throw in the money, because money is always a factor, It's really about 2015. Andre's due $10 million this year and $21.5 million over the next 2 seasons. Those next 2 seasons are not guaranteed, and so chances are in 2015, as a 34-year-old entering the season and being about a $15 million hit on the cap, Texans will probably cut him. So I imagine there's some conversation saying, guarantee me a spot on the roster in 2015 and I show up. I don't know. I haven't talked to any of the sources, but I'm just telling you those things that I do know. It's not about just $1 million. So here's the other thing I know. NFL training camps open in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned. This is far from over. That is it for now. Follow me on Twitter at Kim Y. Davis, or check me out on Facebook and let me hear from you. And we will talk soon. That's it for Chalk Talk. Have a great night.